go to plan. There's a gut butts down there.
Yeah, boys.
Yeah, boy. Our walk. GoPro's in the pack. Old Muscles here is getting all loaded up. We're actually at the Sika hangar. And I've had a bit of a wee bit of a disaster, but I've decided that it's not a disaster, it's actually a good luck charm. We were going to take the Muscles in, but we had a wee bit of an explosion in the gear, so we might have to devour a few here, I think. So it's 8th of April. Gonna head into Sika country for 5 or 6 nights. Got some lips in your teeth already.
You told 7. I'm carrying too much too much food.
Go 7. You just spread something everywhere. But yeah, maybe 7 nights, so I might have to shoot a deer so I got enough food. But anyway, we're just going for a mooch anyway. Looking at some new country and hopefully get into some single callers and have a bit of fun. Bloody good. Oh well, we're all loaded up. We've got weeks worth of gear on our back, and we're going to head deep into the bush for a few days. So I think we're just going to play it by ear a little bit because the weather looks really bad. We've got today and then tomorrow with the weather looking okay, and then it just packs in for like 5 days straight. So we'll either set up a real solid camp out here or maybe retreat back to a hut of some sort later on. But anyway, it's 2 PM, we're gonna grind out for a couple of hours. Oh, just sucking in some big fat ones, we're losing a bit of gravy on the grind. But it's good, it's nice going. Nice to be back in the bush. Really nice. Oh, we've climbed up out of the river now. We've just found a nice little flat terrace here that we're going to set up a bit of a camp on. Just seen some stags home back there too, so that's pretty cool. I'll get into it. Oh well, we've got a bit of a camp set up anyway. Not the nicest flat spot. We went for a walk also, the Savo. Dumped all our gear here and went for a mooch up the hill just to have a look around, and heard one hee-haw call and we snuck in and got quite close to him, but then don't know what happened, whether he heard us and walked off, I'm not sure, but and then heard only one other distant hee-haw call, but she's pretty quiet, even the sign's a bit lean, so we'll see what tomorrow brings. Oh, it's morning of day 2. We've just got up and smashed a brickie and a coffee. Actually haven't heard bugger all roaring through the night. We just heard 2 hee-haw calls either side of the valley, I think. But yeah, that's all we've heard so far, so we'll settle up a bit of a pack and go for a mooch anyway, see what we can run into. And get out there for the whole day. I think it's our last day before the rain really hits. And then it's rain for the next at least 3 days straight, so we'll get amongst it. We're just sitting on a ridge overlooking the gully, and I gave a couple of single calls and we've had a real distant single call response. So he doesn't seem real excited, but he's answering. He probably wouldn't have heard that, but he just answered again. I'm just going to try and close the gap, see what happens. We're in a wee bit closer now, we can hear him mewing. But it's some big shit. there was his head poking around a log and I've shot. I think I hit the log, but I may have got him, I'm not sure yet. We'll stop for a look. Oh well, that was a bit of a cock up. Turns out I had a log right in front of where he's standing. All I could see was from here up, and he was just like locked on me around a tree. Like I couldn't move, otherwise he would have bolted, and I gave a couple of mews hoping he would step out a wee bit, but no, that's a bugger. Oh well. Well, tiny bit of action I suppose. Coffee time in the sun. Making the most of it and trying to dry out some sweaty shirts. Got a wee bit greasy coming up that last pinch. That's good.
I think I go cheese first.
Yeah?
Yeah, just like you go.
We finished our lunch and our midday sleep. I was going to carry on mooching down this ridge. But have a look and a listen. Yep. Oh well, I think Kaimanawa got that in video. We were stooding down a ridge, and to be honest the bush is beautiful, but there's no sign. Like every 100 metres or so you'd see a shit from like the 1970s or something, but I just popped over a rise and there's a shitty wee stag staring at us, probably 100, 80? Clay managed to get the camera recording and I think I smoked him. Cool. He fell over anyway. Oh well, there he is, a little shitbag Sika deer. He's obviously only a spiker or a year past a spiker, being quite small and skinny, but probably a typical bush deer. Not a lot of feed in here, but anyway, we achieved what we wanted to do and get a bit of meat on the ground. And I think Clay got the shot on camera too, which was kind of cool.
Hopefully.
Yeah, so we'll have to have a good look at that. But don't know if you can tell, we're sitting about 5 metres behind the deer because it's so tiny. But yeah, no, we'll get some meat off it and come up with another plan because we've just spooked the shit out of this entire gully. But yeah, bloody cool.
Happy days.
Happy days. You can see this little fella's still got some of his velvet on. But yeah, not much happening in the trophy department there. Either way. Oh, well, we've got our meat off him. Got back steaks and a couple of cuts off the back legs. But there's not much to him. The back steaks are bloody only about that thick. They're tiny. He's a tiny little wee bush deer. I had a quick look at his jaw. He's probably only 3-year-old. But yeah, little wee hungry fella. No condition on him at all. But hey, we've got a bit of meat for our dinner. Yeah, we'll load up and carry on mooching.
No, not like I heard the.
Ah.
I was like, oh, and you like, it happened too quickly.
Yeah. Sort of stopped on a ridge before and let out a roar, and we carried on mooching down, and I heard some leaves going, and the stupid stag came charging around. I don't know. He's hiding there, just filming. Come to me about a metre. She's about 100 away. You see her? Oh, she's gone. Anyway, we found some deer, and this stag came charging into my roar, but we carried on moving, and he was about 5 metres away, and I plugged him. I plugged him and he's just gone down, but he had a hind with him. Didn't capture any of that on film because it all happened so quick, but pretty good fun. I think we'd probably call that an 8-pointer. Just. Not cool. That was good fun. Oh well, yeah, that was a cool bit of action. But he's a wonky wee little 8. Quite a cool little head though. I'm pretty stoked about it. Don't know if you can hear we've been whistled at by his hind. We were running with her after we shot him, but yeah, no, real cool. So we've got a bit more meat and some horns to take out now. So yeah, really exciting. I love Sika stags and the way they act like that. So I'm filming on my phone, my GoPro's gone flat, so that's why it looks a little bit different, but yeah, love Sika stags. Oh, you can see by the wear on this fella's jaw, he's quite a lot older than that earlier stag, so he's definitely well mature, this guy. I put him, looking at this, the wear on this 4th molar here, he's probably easily 7 years old, so going by that, his head's not going to get much better, but yeah, definitely a very mature Sika stag. Very interesting. Very cool too. Quite amazing. The only place you're seeing this 5-finger grind is on steep faces where the deer can't get. You see up in the creek as far as they can reach, and then they can't get it any further down where it gets too steep for them. Hungry deer, hungry bush. Oh, well, we're just back on the top ridge again now. We've climbed back out of that main catchment we've just spent most of the day in, and we're going to ridge along this top ridge and then drop down to our camp. Got a wee way to go though, but it feels like the weather's definitely turning. Forecast for rain. So it's going to start at 5 o'clock and it's about 10 past 4, so hopefully we don't get wet. Oh, it's been a pretty big day. We just made it down into a creek off the side branch off the main river. We camped just above the main river, so about a K back to camp. Hopefully it's not too bad to going down here. It should be pretty quiet all afternoon actually. It's a pretty shitty bird back up there though. Pretty hard going. Oh well. We'll mosey on down to camp. Winds up our ass a bit going down this creek because this looks like a bit of fun. Big wallows. Cool. We've just made camp. It's getting a bit dark to see. The old hat's a bit, oh, it's a bit glary too. Yeah, we're back. Shit, what a day we have been. Let me just check the watch. 8.5 hours on our feet. Most of it's walking because I'd pause it when we sit down for a big break. So 12 kilometres up and down and around, and bloody good. Couple of stags, couple of back stags.
Couple of coffees.
Couple of coffees.
Couple of chids.
Yep. Oh, well, we'll settle into some dinner. Oh, the rain's just started now. We set up a second fly away from our tent and other fly over there. Just so we've got a bit of room, bit of a boar's nest in here. Somewhere to cool the meat off. Yeah, time for some dinner and then probably bed, I'd say. Had a big day. Oh, it's the morning of third day, a bit of a slow start for us this morning. It absolute chucked down last night. Had a heap of rain and a pretty good thunderstorm. It's forecast to continue raining through the day. It's actually broken a wee bit now, but so we're taking it a bit slow this morning, bit of reading, plenty of coffees. We'll just chill for a few hours. The old bodies are a bit sore from yesterday's effort. But yeah, still haven't heard any stags from camp here, so interesting. But yeah, we'll chill out for most of today anyway and see how we go. Someone else is taking shelter in our tent. Looks like a big weta. That's cool. You've probably all been advertised these things on social media by now, and no boss is actually telling me to say this. I had to pay full price like every other peasant, but I'm actually a big fan because I hate nothing more than rubbish juices leaking all through your pack. But there's like 2 days worth of rubbish in there, which is quite a bit for us and the amount of snacks we have. But the idea is that you just roll it up and then you do up this doodle here, just pull it all up nice and tight, and it's yeah, no leaky juices anywhere, and it's all pretty well compact. So I'm quite impressed with that overpriced piece of kit. Pretty handy actually, real good. So we're just doing a bit of a camp pack up. We've decided to up camp and move. The rain hasn't really turned into much today, so fingers crossed it'll hold off for the rest of the afternoon and we can head further up the valley and find another flat spot to camp. So be pretty cool. We'll get moving anyway. It's a big critter. That's cool. Never seen anyone put their pack on like that, eh?
It's the best way. Arms are a bit bruised.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh well, we're loaded up again. Everything's back on our backs, and we've got our wet clothes back on, and we are heading to find another campsite. We'll go a few k downstream, I think. Hopefully find another terrace, jump up on that and set up a camp. Should have been a bit quiet at this end, so hopefully we get some bit more noise a bit further down. Bloody good. One of the most beautiful rivers I think I've ever walked in, this one. I've never been in here, so this is all really new to me. But it's stunning. Beautiful Kaimanawas. Just loaded up water. We're going to leave the main river now and head up onto a terrace, hopefully camp somewhere up higher and out of the river where it's nice and quiet. Have a look and a listen. Just starting to rain. Right, let's get time and we'll just climbed up on the terrace from the river, and we're just mooching around looking for the campsite, and when we found that spot, we started chipping down. Good bit of fun too. What I'm eating here is one of the last Radix meals known to man that contains meat. Unfortunately, they've decided to take meat out of all their meals and go complete veggie. Unsure about the explanation for it, but it's a real shame because they have been my go-to for a long time. But yeah, they've taken all of the meat out of their meals and they've gone completely vegetarian. So that's an interesting move. I'll might give some a try or I might not, but we'll see. Oh, it's morning of day 4. very, very rough sleep last night. My air mattress decided that it needed to go to flat every hour, so I was awake every hour trying to puff it back up again and try and get to sleep before it went flat again. It was a bit of a shitter. But had a couple of hee-haws through the night, and there's still one going now across the main river now. So we'll scoff at breakfast and mooch over and see if we can catch up with them. Just getting a couple of weather updates on the ranch. Looks like we're going to get wet again this afternoon. So it'll be a morning hunt. Just close on the cap on a guy. He's got a semi-regular heel call at the moment. Wind is real shifty though, it's making it real tough. Stag, another stag snuck in on us. Could be a satellite stag or it could be him, I'm not sure. But I think he may have got our wind and buggered off. Might have got some footage of him, don't know. Only a little fella though. Real small, 8 or 7. Real cool. Oh, well, that's a cool little encounter before there. We hung around for a bit to make sure that he was the one doing the heel calling and he wasn't just a satellite stag. Pretty sure it was him doing the heel calling because it's all gone a bit quiet now. I'm just going to carry on silently through this wet phase. There's a big terrace down below us, so we'll just keep cruising through and listening. Not a lot happening though. It started raining pretty heavy out, so we've managed to find ourselves a wee log. Quite a big log down there, it's dry. I've had a bit of a coffee and warm up, hopefully it's rain passes. Just trying to keep warm. Get a bit fresh under the hidey hole here, but it's good.
What's the plan?
Managed to strategically toast my wrap over the fire. It was tricky and it was risky, but ooh, hot. Definitely worth it. Just trying to stay warm. This is a bit wet and cold out still. Just trying to decide what we're going to do. I don't know if it's going to stop raining by the looks of it. It's read the forecast later this hour is to really crank down. We may just hightail it back for camp maybe. Just made the old rookie mistake. We stayed in the spot roaring. Did a couple of roars. Didn't hear anything and only waited probably a minute and then walked off. At least spoke to stag. He was coming in for a look. It's only about 15 metres away, I'm not that sure. I saw his ass, I didn't see his antlers. Snake break. It's just after 2 now. And we're back in the main river. Try and jump back on the same side of campers and probably just mooch our way back along the camp, but we don't want to stay up too late this hour because it's supposed to absolutely truck down this afternoon, so I don't want to get caught out in that. Oh, we got another cosy fire going back at camp now. It's a bit of a long afternoon in the bush with not much happening, so we've called it quits for the day. Come back, lit a fire, reading our books, but we're going to have a bit of a cook up, bit of back steak. Be bloody good. We've sliced up the back steak there, bit of the old trusty G&H, goes pretty handy, and then I've managed to get all the eye fat out from the skull of that Sika stag. There's quite a bit there, so we'll render that down and hopefully give us a bit of grease in the pan, and then we'll chuck them on. All good. That's surprisingly tender for a 8-point Sika stag on the raw. Very impressed with that. Not as springy as Blake's one from last year. Oh, it's the morning of day 5. Rained hard all night last night, and it's only just stopped raining now. But the bush is very wet. Oh no, it's still raining. Yeah, so not having a great time with the weather. Everything is soaking wet. And I'm going to have a coffee and make a plan. Pretty good. Oh well, we're loaded up again. Recording this on the phone because the GoPro's in the pack, because we've just been getting constant rain showers. We're already wet through. Camp's broken down. Most of our gear's already wet through too, so bit of a bugger. The GoPro's not waterproof with that external case thing I've got on it, so out with the phone. But plan is everything's back on our back covers on, we're heading downstream further, and we'll just keep mooching and see how far we get, and yeah, set up a camp somewhere down there maybe if the weather plays ball. But yeah, no, it's been raining pretty solidly since about 8 o'clock last night. We're soaked. This shirt I've got on is just soaked through, but I've just awkwardly put it on. It's horrible. So we'll get moving so we don't get cold. Bloody good. Quite a bit more water in the river than there was yesterday. But it still looks pretty crossable, so thankful of that. Nice to be moving though and get warm. Just stopped and dumped packs and clothes shot back up the ridge there yesterday when we were mooching along. We found a fella's bush camp. We had a bit of a makeshift hut set up in there and he had a fry pan. So we temporarily borrowed his fry pan, and it made cooking the old back steaks over the fire a lot better last night. So it was just a temporary borrow. We've cleaned it and now we're returning it. So thanks for that, mate. Bloody good. Well, it's always pretty cool to visit some historic spots. Never been here, but always wanted to pass on through. Yeah, bit of history there. Yeah, we're going to carry on mooching down. Just stopped and had some lunch and got cold real quick because it's still real wet, so we'll carry on down. Yeah. Yeah. Oh well, that was a pretty awesome afternoon walk. I was gone for a couple of hours and yeah, I went straight up the ridge behind camp and then looped around with the wind in my face and came back down onto the main track. But had those real cool encounters. Had two different encounters with one with two stags at the same time and another one with another much older shit stag. I managed to capture them all on my phone. Would have been awesome to have the big camera there, but unfortunately it was what it was. But real cool experience anyway, to hang out with those stags like that and get them come charging in close and muck around. So got a bit of raw footage and everything. So yeah, really cool. Just back at camp now, caught up with Clay, and then we'll have some dinner and be tucked into bed again. Really good. Oh, it's the morning of the last full day. We're just ditching camp now. We're going to boost down across the main river up the other side and have a mooch around in there. I've put my last item of dry clothing on, so I better get too wet today because tonight might be uncomfortable. But yeah, we'll go to plan. We'll probably finish up around early arvo hunting and then boost down to hut down there for tonight. Bloody cool. Set the collars and counter with a little mopping apple. Just stood here roaring and he just came sneaking in real close. About 11 o'clock now, we're just going to stop and have a coffee and some snacks. It's quite warm today, it's real quiet. But it's playing nice to not be hunting in the rain, that's for sure. There's definitely a lot more sign in here than we have seen so far. That's good. Split off for the afternoon. I'm going to carry along the ridge further before I drop back down. If we make the other way. Currently got the water past though. Bit frustrating last hunt. Probably the most deer sign I've seen this whole trip on this ridge. Scrapes and just sign everywhere, but the wind just kept shifting it from behind me and probably bumped and seen maybe 5 hinds. But yeah, they're likely just running off and taking stagger with them, but man, there's some sign on here. So frustrating. That wind is just going straight up behind me now. Well, that just about rounds out the trip. Last official hunt for the trip anyway. Unless something stupid enough to be standing along the riverbank here, but no. Not keen. Anyway, it's been a bloody epic trip. Weather's definitely dictated what we've been up to, and the lack of roaring has made it very challenging. Like, I think we've probably heard like one genuine single call in a week. Yeah, makes things a bit tough, but I'll boost along here and catch up with Clay, and then we're probably going to mosey on down to the hut tonight. Pretty good. Oh, it's day 7 and last day today. We're on our way out today, so wrap up the trip. Unfortunately, our dreams of coming to a hut and having a nice warm hut for our last night were kind of ruined. We turned up to the hut and there was 20 guys who've just completely taken over this hut, and yeah, a little bit gutted about it, to be honest. But yeah, 20 guys and lots of piss and rowdiness, and they're in here for a week, and supposedly they take over this hut for a week every year. And a little bit disappointed actually. Well, I didn't expect them to share their beds or anything, but maybe be a little bit more accommodating, because unfortunately there was a mother and 3 of her daughters walked in last night expecting to be able to have somewhere in the hut, and they only had a 1-person tent, and they didn't get the opportunity to use the hut either. So but it is what it is, I guess. Anyway, we've had without ranting too much, we've had an amazing trip. Yeah, 7 days or 6 full days in the bush, and most of it was pretty wet, and we've had wet gear the whole time, but we've had a lot of fun hunting and had plenty of cool encounters. The raw in action was pretty lean. We actually only really heard 1 confirmed single raw, and the rest are, you know, a few distant hee-haws, but had a few stags sneaking in and had plenty of action on that front. So really cool trip. Yeah, managed to shoot that young stag initially for meat, and then we took out that old 8-pointer as well, so that was really cool. But yeah, all round really good trip, and really enjoyed it, and looking forward to the next Sika already. So yeah, bloody good.